To other matters now. As the world waits eagerly for the announcement of a peace agreement between warring Russia and Ukraine, Russia seems still very busy with firing drones and high-power bombs. Ukraine says Russia has launched 273 drones targeting several regions, including the country's capital, Kyiv, where a woman died. The embattled nation describes the attack as the biggest since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion. The barrage of attacks came just a day before a scheduled phone call between the U.S. President Donald Trump and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin on finding a path to a peace deal, which President Trump has been lobbying for. Russia and Ukraine held their first face-to-face talks in more than 3 years on Friday in Turkey, agreeing on a new prisoner swap deal mainly. President Trump says a ceasefire in Russia's invasion of Ukraine can only be made real through an agreement between him and President Putin. After months of negotiations, the UK and EU have agreed on a new post-Brexit reset trade deal. The talks were the first since Boris Johnson agreed the initial Brexit deal in January of 2020, when the UK left the European Union. Some of the main points put on the front burner include e-gate access for British passport holders in Europe, no health certificate every time pets travel to Europe, and the removal of red tape from most food and drink imports and exports. EU wanted permanent access to UK waters for fishing, but both sides have agreed on a deal which extends the current rules on fishing for 12 years. There will be no change to the current access for UK fishing communities, with no reduction in British quotas or increase in the amounts the EU is allowed to catch, which is set annually. Sir Keir Starmer declared that Britain is back on the world stage, while President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, described the deal as historic.
This is the first UK-EU summit, and it marks a new era in our relationship, and it's really good that we're able to meet around this table for this summit, the first of what will be of many summits as we progress through this new era. We on this side are following through on what the British public voted for last year, and the mission of this government to deliver security and renewal for our country and improve the lives of working people.
A new chapter that is so important in these times because we see the rise of geopolitical tensions. But we are like-minded. We share the same values. We know that we work shoulder by shoulder, hand in hand, when it's really coming to crisis and difficult moments. So we should use this moment also with this first summit to develop a roadmap, which is on the table here. It's an amazing, comprehensive roadmap that we have.